Bain Welker Equipment has always had the grower contract, which allows us to be able to sell sprayers to end user customers. So your local farmers and things, we've always been able to sell application equipment to those folks. What's different now for Bain Welker with this transaction that's taken place with Kahle Marketing in Ohio is Kahle had the distributorship, as I call it, so they had the ability to sell to the commercial users of sprayers. So think about Nutrien or Co-Alliance or Series Solutions, folks like that. They're actually doing like custom application that are in the fertilizer business. So there was a distinct difference, and still is today, between a grower contract and what I call a commercial contract. So in Ohio, we now, through this transaction that took place with Kahle, have the ability to sell to all those commercial users of Case IH sprayers and application equipment. So that opens up to us, basically all the counties in Ohio that have commercial users, we're responsible for that now. It's not open to us in Indiana. We are a grower dealer in Indiana, so we can and have been, serving the grower end user in Indiana, but when it comes to commercial, that is strictly in Ohio. Now there's a distinction on the grower side. In Ohio, we're still responsible and can really technically only sell within our Case IH cash crop SSA, the area that we're responsible for, the counties that we're responsible for, which is a smaller group of counties in Ohio. So there's a distinction between grower and commercial. Leading up to this, I think we kind of have to talk about the lead up for Bain Welker. This has been a project we've been working on for, almost 3.5 years now, with Case IH and with Kahle. And over that time frame, there have been a lot of changes for us just in general in Ohio. During that time frame, we acquired 3 more ag locations in Ohio. We've acquired a lot of good talent in terms of personnel in Ohio. Most recently, here in the last 1.5 years, we brought Scott Raber in, who formerly worked for Case IH earlier in his career and worked for a competitor, a competing Case IH dealership as well, in a similar role to what he's in today. He's a regional general manager over all of Ohio today. And then he was able to bring in another talented individual from the Deere side that really specialized in the application business for a competing Deere dealer in Ohio, and that would be Wes Strawler. So the way we're really structured right now is we've got Scott Raber, who's over our Ohio locations. He's over everything in Ohio. And then we've got Wes Strawler that's going to be leading our application division of our business, and Wes reports directly to Scott in the field. And Wes has done, and Scott too, have done just a fabulous job building a team. And then some of that team consists of existing employees in Ohio that have a strong passion or interest in serving the commercial application business as well as the grower application business, because it's so specialized. It's just a little different than your general ag business, even on the grower side. So they've been able to put together some technicians that want to be part of that we had on staff internally. And they've also been able to acquire some technicians from Kahle Marketing, because even though Kahle still remains in business today, they weren't able to maintain the staff numbers with the type of business they're going to be running going forward. So a lot of that staff came over and is now working for Bain Welker. So he's got some technicians that have come from Kahle. Service manager for Kahle is working for us, and a service manager capacity for application. Same on parts. We had their parts manager come over, and he's specializing in our business on the application side. And then we've got a couple sales team members that have come over from Kahle that are going to be working for us as well. So we've really built out a total package reporting up to Wes, and that'll be serving the whole state of Ohio from parts, service, and sales team. And then obviously from a technology perspective, when you think about AFS, we've taken some of our existing staff and kind of refocused some of those folks, and we'll utilize, some of our existing AFS staff to serve, that commercial application customer as we go forward. I'd put that application team against anybody in North America today. That is a strong, knowledgeable team. They're excited to serve, our commercial users as well as our grower users in Ohio. And there's some depth to that team as well. So we've got the head count, we've got the numbers, and I really expect those guys to perform well for us in Ohio and bring a whole different level of professionalism and starting to build that business and build those relationships. It's a relationship business, even on that commercial side. I would encourage, anyone that would, happen to catch this video or listen to this video, reach out to Plain City's kind of our hub. Plain City, Ohio, we're kind of using it as a hub. But all 6 of our Ohio locations can sell and service commercial end users, as well as grower end users. So don't hesitate to reach out to our locations. They will be funneling most of this to Wes and that team, and some of Wes's team lands in Plain City. So our dedicated service manager is in Plain City, as well as some other team members. But like I said, there will be folks all over the state, and there will be folks in our other locations as well that understand the direction and the strategy that we have moving forward. So I'd encourage you to reach out to those folks. I should probably back up and just commend the folks at Kale as well. Eileen Kale has been in this business for many, many years. Her family has served this industry for many years. And, I think knowing how our family came up through this business and the heritage that we have with Case IH and in the industry, it's an emotional thing when you make changes like this. So I just commend Eileen and the team over at Kale today for having worked with us through this and worked with the Case IH team through this, because it couldn't have been an easy thing to have done, and thank them for working with us on this. When you think about the culture of Bain Welker and what we stand for and what we live by day to day, I think we really wanted and want the opportunity to be able to build that trusted relationship with the commercial users, like I feel like we've done with our growers. And we're really excited about that opportunity, and I think that really melds well with our culture. I think when we look at building teams and growing teams, I think this will be new for us. I spoke about building a new team here around the commercial application division for Bain Welker. So we're excited, and we're taking some of the things that we've learned, culturally as a company, just serving the general end user, the general grower. Now we're applying some of that to how we can best serve the commercial users going forward. So those are a couple things that come to mind for me when I think about how this melds well with the culture and where we want to go. And I think about our mission and vision as a company. And I think this lines up really well.